is my reset day. I just got out of the gym. I'm starting this a lot later than I planned on. It's already noon. But I did my workout. I'm gonna go to the grocery store and get everything that I need for dinner tonight and then some. I need some flowers. I'm gonna walk the dogs, and then I have to do a little bit of cleaning in the house. I want to do my brow tint. I want to spray tan, and then we're gonna have tacos for dinner, so I need to marinate the steak and make dinner. I wanted to share, I started a new like workout, I don't want to say workout program because I made it myself, but I pretty much just like, I made a list of all of my favorite workouts for each body part. And prior to the break that I just took from like fitness and everything, was shooting to go about 4 times a week to go lift. But I was never making all 4 days, and sometimes I was like a little overwhelmed. So in the new year, about halfway through January, right after I was sick, so the last like 2 months, I just told myself, just go to the gym and do a walk. So that's what I've been doing. Let me turn off the heat. It's actually very hot outside. Very weird. We're having like a big heat wave. I'm gonna enjoy it while I can because I know we'll probably get another blizzard. Don't kill the messenger. That's just, it is what it is around here. So for the last 2 months, I told myself, just go to the gym, just go and do at the very least an incline walk and lift if you feel like it. So that would end up being like 1, sometimes 2 days a week of lifting, which I was happy about. At the very least, I was walking for like minimum 45 minutes. So now that the weather is so nice, I can do a lot of walking outside with my dogs, which they're happy about, I'm happy about. Win-win. So here is my new split because I want to do full body, and 4 times a week for lifting was just, it's still too much for me in my opinion. So I'm gonna be lifting Monday, Wednesday, Friday, full body workouts, and then on Tuesdays and Thursdays I'm still gonna go because I think part of it is just the habit of going. So on Tuesdays and Thursdays I go and I do an incline walk, and then I finish off with abs and push-ups. And when I say abs, I just do leg raises. I love that. I'm so sore today from yesterday. Enjoying the workout so far. So what I did to make my little plan was I took every exercise that I enjoy doing and then just kind of split it up. So today, for instance, let me open up what I did today. And then also depending on my mood, I can like change up the exercise if I'm just not feeling it. And so I did do that today. So technically I was going to do a squat and then Bulgarian split squats. These are 2 exercises that aren't like my top favorites. So for a squat, instead of doing like a back weighted squat, I did a kettlebell squat with it in front of me. And then instead of Bulgarian split squats, I just did body weight walking lunges. Just to kind of, you know, it's the same type of exercise. Of course, it's not identical, but it's the same sort of movement. So those are the variations that I did for that. Then I did lat pull downs, bicep curls, Arnold press, tricep kickbacks, and a close grip chest press laying down on the bench. So I hit every muscle group up top. So far so good. I'm feeling great. I feel it in my body that like my muscles are working. They're all a little sore, but I'm also not overdoing it. That's like the worst, is working out too hard to where like you can't move the next day. I mean, I kind of like that because I like the way that it feels. It's like, ooh, yeah, you worked hard, but like I only want a little bit of soreness. So, so far so good. I've really been enjoying just like staying active these last couple months and just staying like very consistent with it. And then of course I do my step aerobics class once a week, and I love that as well. But yeah, I just wanted to share a little bit about what I'm doing. I'm not like a professional in the gym. I worked with a personal trainer for a year and a half from 2022 to 2023. Really loved that experience. I learned a lot from my trainer. And so I'm kind of just like taking the knowledge that I learned from that and then applying it to what I'm doing now, but starting slow because I did take quite a bit of rest. So yeah, anyway, now I'm gonna go to the store. Let me share my grocery list with you. I need to get some new flowers. I need limes, some crumbly cheese for tacos. I need some green beans. I eat so many green beans. I think it's my vegetable of choice. It's Ruben's vegetable of choice as well. I just get the canned ones. Chicken for the dogs. I need tortillas, heavy whipping cream, and Ruben's coffee creamer. He gets the Snickers creamer. I feel like there's something else that I need for tacos. Avocado would be good. Actually, I should get enough for like chips and for guac too. Okay, and let's do jalapeños. That's the problem with making tacos, is that like my head, I'm like, oh, I've got the steak already thawed. I've got what I need. I only need a couple things. And then it's like, oh, let's also make chips and guacamole. And like, it just becomes like a whole thing. So, who is at my door? Also, I did my makeup today. Super quick, like super quick. Just a little concealer under my eyes. I have on the Color Science SPF. I used the MAC Soar lip liner, and I am gonna have to wear this more. I think it's so pretty, it's so flattering. It's basically the Whirl equivalent, but in a cool tone. So if you have more coolness in your skin, but you like the depth and like the vibes of Whirl from MAC, try Soar. It's literally the same thing, just more blue in it than orange. So just a little bit of mascara. I feel like I'm actually missing some lashes over here. I think the last time that I wore lashes, I ripped some out. And I kind of slowed down on using my lash serum because in my last video, someone made a comment that said, careful with lash serum, it can cause like some things. And I was like, I kind of got a little scared and pulled back. So to be honest, the results haven't been as amazing as I thought they were going to be anyway. I noticed a little bit of a difference, but like for the risks, I don't know. I think I'm just going to pull back. But anyway, that's it. Let's go shopping. Today at the store. I got 3 different ones. It's not my favorite arrangement, but I think it's really pretty. This is what I'm having for lunch before I take the dogs out. I've got a burger left over from last night with this like sauce. It's basically like a Big Mac or an In-N-Out sauce concoction that I made. It's mustard, ketchup, mayo, onion, spicy pickle, garlic powder, and paprika. A little bit of rice, and then a can of green beans with a little bit of butter and some salt. So I'm gonna eat this and then take the dogs for a W. Very soon, bud. It's my girl. Oh, Petey. Come here, baby. Hey, Joey. He's crazy. He's crazy. Let's go. Oh my gosh. Let's go, guys. Good job, guys. Woo. So good. It is beautiful out. I think it's 57 degrees. I like to keep a coat on Petey. Number one, he just gets colder faster. He has gotten out of his harness multiple times. So having the coat on, as long as like the weather permits, it just helps so that he stays on his harness, because it's much harder for the harness to get off when he's got a coat on him too. So finally I got him chipped last week. I found some collars that I'd like to get for them. So 2 weekends ago, there were 2 dogs in my yard that across the street. I got it on my doorbell camera. There's these two dogs outside, and I called them over and they came right to me. So apparently my town doesn't have animal control. The county does, but not the actual town. Come on. Oh my goodness. Yeah, stuck in a branch. But yeah, so my town doesn't have animal control and the police wouldn't do anything. They just told me it's basically my responsibility. I took the dogs to the vet to see if they were chipped. One of them was, found the owner, brought him to the owner. I'm glad that happened because it made me realize how difficult it is for someone to find the owner of a dog. Because if someone found my dog, even though they're both chipped, for them to bring the dog back, they would have to bring the dog to a vet, make sure they're chipped, and then contact me. So having a collar with all the info on it would be helpful. And that's an obvious, but we just haven't done that. I have a couple collars for Pretzel with a tag, but the tag is just like really poor quality. And I don't really like the collars that I have for her, so I'd like to get them matching ones, maybe like a brown leather that kind of like blends in with their fur. And then you can also get it so that it has a spot for an Apple AirTag. Glad that those dogs found me because it'll help me realize what the process would be like if your dog gets loose. I know every town is different, but that's how it is, at least for mine. I just love my puppies. Come on. Yeah, you're so good. Woo. I love their little tongues out. You can see it in the shadow. Pretzel girl. That's my girl. Petey. That's my boy. Good job. Woo. So on our walk, I tripped and fell and busted my ass. So I'm gonna take a little break from cleaning. I just want to sit for a second, and I think I'm just gonna do my toes so I can rest my knee. Let me show you what this looks like. So yeah, that's what that looks like. I'm glad that like everything else is fine. It's just burny because it's like a good scrape. I'm gonna clean up my knee and do my toes. This is what I'm gonna be using on my toes. Oh, I do have a base coat too I need to grab. It's up on the counter. So I've got the Seche Vite base coat. This is the top coat that I use. I also have this ridge filler. That's what I have as my base coat on my nails right now. Maybe I'll use this, I'm not sure. I've been using the Sally Hansen Instant Cuticle Remover to help like remove my cuticles. And then I'll use just a pusher and these snippers to get the excess cuticles. Then I think I'm just gonna do black. I actually haven't had my toes black since probably last summer, probably. I love black. I feel like it's a nice neutral for my toes. I'm gonna do my toes and just rest my knee. I'm gonna clean it, put a little ointment on it, and then get to doing what I planned on doing today. Now that my toes are done, I'm gonna clean up the kitchen. I need to do the marinade for the steaks, which I haven't done yet, and I should have done that hours ago, but that's okay. Yeah, this is my messy kitchen. It looks worse than it is. These are the groceries that I got today. The obviously non-cold stuff. This pretty much just 3 bags of canned vegetables. Gotta put condiments away, do some dishes. It looks super messy, but this will actually not take that long. And then of course I need to do the marinade for tacos. And then once I have that done, then I can chop up the onion and crumble the cheese and do all of that for all of the stuff that goes on the tacos. And I'm also gonna light my candle. This is the Fiji White Sands candle, one of my favorites. I need to go this weekend and get some more candles, some of their spring ones. Maybe some more Fiji White Sands, maybe some of the fresh cut lilacs. shower. I'm gonna do a brow tint. I'm not gonna do a self tan because of my knee. I'm gonna wait a little bit, probably do that this weekend instead, just because my knee's pretty busted. I'm gonna start with just my brow pencil and really just start shaping the border of the brow. This will just help so that I have an outline for where I want to put the brow tint. I have all the windows open right now because it's like literally almost 80 degrees, which is crazy for March. But Pretzel's up here hiding because all of the wind outside. I mean, it's really warm, but it's windy. So it's making a lot of noise, especially downstairs, and she's a little scared of the noises. That looks a little large. So now measuring the front. Because that's where I have like no hair. And it's gonna tint the skin just a touch, but not much. I still like to bring it over here just in case. I'm gonna use my Refecto Sil Brow Tint from Amazon. You mix these two together in a little dish. I think the color I have is light brown. Yes, light brown. I'm about out of this. I need to order some more. I like to apply it to the front first. I know a lot of people do the tail first just because technically you want the front lighter than your tail, but I feel like mine naturally is, and I'm missing a lot of pigment right here up front. So I like to do the front first and then do the tail. Start with the edges and then rub back and forth so you get the front of the brow hairs and the back side of them as well. Okay, so it's done. I'm gonna let this sit for about 15 to 20 minutes. I feel like every time I do my brows, or at least every time I film it, I end up increasing that time because I do feel like the longer I leave it on, the better. However, you don't want to leave it on too long because you don't want your brow hairs to fall out. But yeah, we'll take this off in about 15 to 20 minutes. In the meantime, I have laundry to do. So I'm gonna do that, come back, wipe these off, and then finish laundry. Hey, bud. There's Miss Pretzel. Hi, baby. You laying on the laundry? I'm gonna have to take that in a second. This is all the laundry that I need to fold and put away. It's on the ground, but it's clean, and so is that. So I'm gonna grab that, bring it in my bedroom, fold everything, put it away while I watch a podcast. Definitely more like the 20-minute mark because I forgot to set a timer, and then I did, but then I looked at my camera and it said I was recording for 24 minutes. So I clearly did not account for the time correctly because my alarm still said I had 5 more minutes. So nice. Okay, that looks a little crazy up front, but that's okay. Oh, so much better. It's so natural, but it just, I feel like it just helps my brows look like I feel like they're supposed to look. Very nice. Okay, brows are done.